The theatrical folk music collective Heilung, who are heavily influenced by Bronze Age, Iron Age and Norse history, have recently released their third album. But what historical heirlooms have they drawn upon? How accurate are their portrayals? And what or who influenced their aesthetic? Let's look at the latter first. The look of Heilung, in particular vocalist Maria Franz, is very reminiscent of the Bad Nuremberg shaman. The headdress and associated items include roe deer antler, wild boar bone and tusk, auroch and bison teeth, and dates from around 6500 BC. The woman buried with the headdress was laid upright in a crouch position and covered in ceremonial red ochre. She was 25 to 35 years old and accompanied by a baby of 4 to 6 months. The antler headdress crowned an extraordinary woman, honoured with a uniquely rich burial. Studies of the bones at the base of her skull suggested she suffered from a rare condition that probably caused her to lose control of her body and enter trance-like states. She wore a necklace made from the bones of several wild animals. Across world cultures, shamans are believed to communicate with spirits who often take the form of powerful beasts. One polished bone is from the throat of a wild boar and suggests that the woman could communicate with spirits on behalf of other members of her community. The area where the headdress was found, in modern-day Germany, was actually connected to what is now Britain, where other stunning horned, or in this case antlered, headdresses were found. Headdresses like this were made from the skulls of deer, with the brain tissue carefully removed. It is thought that effectively becoming half human, half deer, hunters could commune with the animals that provided them with vital food and materials. Over 30 examples dating back to the Mesolithic in around 9000 BC were discovered as offerings at Starcar in North Yorkshire, suggesting it was a special place where people hunted and gathered for rituals and ceremonies. And antlered headdresses like those worn by members of Heilung are known from across Europe. As well as a nod to ancient shamanism, particularly in Northern Europe, the band also draw on more recent Norse or Viking legends from the Poetic Edda. Such is the case with the track Asya from their new album. The collective released a statement about the record in which they said, "This is a love song. Maria sings to the listener of love, recovery and prosperity, chasing away evil and welcoming love." The piece contains a quotation from some lines of Havamal, combined with a selection of blessing words meant to provide help to the listener in a troubled time. The verses in Havamal are attributed to the Norse god Odin, who was also known to the pre-Christian Anglo-Saxons as Woden and the Germanic tribes as Wotan. The warlike deities' names are theorized to stem from the Proto-Indo-European root word Wodnaz, meaning Lord of Frenzy or Leader of the Possessed. Going even further back than the Vikings, Heilung, who say their aim is to amplify history, have tackled a rendition of the oldest known complete song, which dates to 3,400 years ago. The group, which are known for their outlandish theatricality, have expanded their repertoire to include music from other cultures than just the Scandinavian and Germanic world, with a version of the lyrics found on a clay tablet called Hymn to Nikal, or Hurrian Hymn No. 6. Archaeologists found the song in the early 1950s, alongside almost 36 other incomplete Hurrian hymns, during an excavation at the royal palace of Ugarit in what is now northern Syria. Nikal is believed to be the spouse of an ancient moon god, although aside from that, not much is irrefutably known about her. Likewise, the precise manner in which the hymn should be sung is still hotly debated by historians. On this issue, Heilung instrumentalist and producer Christopher Yule said, "We'll leave the scientific battle to the scientists. You'll find 5 different versions of that song from 5 different people. How we write music is never with the point of view of, we have the answer, this is exactly how it is. What we want to do is create an atmosphere where you can feel how it was." The group's focus on history, in particular Norse history and paganism, is not just an act for the stage, with them seemingly practicing what they preach. Yule is the son of a Gothi, effectively a priest of Norse paganism, and still adheres to the old way. He said, "In Scandinavia it's still an accepted religion to work within the old beliefs. My father married people and baptised children. We did the blot twice a year. It was completely normal." And vocalist Franson was also raised around deep and ancient history. She grew up in southern Norway near Borre National Park, which includes a Viking burial ground. She said, "Those grounds are the reason why I am who I am today. It's a beautiful place. I always used to dream about how Viking people would live there and dress, and how they would fall in love and how they would fight for their village." As well as the familiar Germanic and Norse paganism, the group also included 2 Latin-inspired tracks on their new album. That's to say the Latin of the Roman Empire rather than Latin America. One of these is Tenet, which includes the palindromic lines of the mysterious Sator square that appeared across the Empire and was the inspiration for the mind-bending time travel film Tenet, directed by Christopher Nolan. Another song, Urbani, was sung by soldiers of the Roman army. And Buslas Ban brings us the familiar Nordic tongue of Iceland, albeit in the form of a 13th century curse. So are the group amplifying history as they claim, or is it just a gimmick? They're certainly bringing to life ancient and in many ways overlooked elements from our distant past. As Yule said, I think we can learn something by looking backwards. I would definitely agree with that. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and most importantly subscribe. And thank you for watching.